Welcome back, everyone. I'm Olivia, and this is.
Andrea, hello.
And we are brilliant minds with a big old question mark, brains, banter, and being human.
Always
Um,
wondering.
with it, it's the eternal question. We are therapists, but we're not your therapist, so do not take us too seriously.
Please don't.
I don't think they could. If they've watched any of the podcasts up to this point, I mean, I think we've made it pretty clear that we can barely be trusted.
Yes. Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Who
So,
said that podcasting was like available to anyone?
no one.
Exactly.
Oh my
Letting us
goodness.
run rampant.
Okay, so we talked about therapy icks in a previous episode. We've talked
Yeah.
about how we have ADHD. We've talked about supervision, and we thought it'd be fun today to talk about icks that are specific to ADHD or neurodivergence in general, because
Yeah.
there are a lot that I know I have, and I think there's also like a lot that other people have and know about, and like you see a lot on social media. Okay, lay one on me. What do you got?
Well, okay, so to prepare for this episode, which to be honest, I haven't really prepared for many of them. So this was a lot. I started writing things down and my like last line in my like notes app is this where I confirm that I'm actually autistic?
I laugh at that because I don't really prepare. I literally have.
I love this. I love this. We are two ends of this spectrum world here, but also like not at the same time. Um, but it kind of ended up being stream of consciousness. And the
Okay.
first one that I wrote down was just mostly because it was very present with me is boredom. And boredom is an ick for me because it hurts. Like I hate boredom. I hate when people talk about boredom. Being
Interesting.
bored is like my biggest I think I'm calling it an ick because it literally makes my body feel super uncomfortable.
How often do you find yourself bored?
Well, I mean, here's the thing, not very often, but because I don't like it, because it is such an ick for me. Because it is like if I am sitting down and I am bored, it means I'm not doing anything. And my brain feels really like staticky when that happens. I just can't I wanna explode when I'm bored.
Interesting. Because
Yeah.
I'm now trying to sit here and think about when was the last time I've been bored, and I honestly could not even
Well,
tell
you
you.
have a child.
Well, that's that's part of it. But even before, I think that is part of my ADHD is that like I
Mhm.
just don't really rest, or rest for me looks very
Yeah.
different. I guess I should say. It's not that I don't rest, it's that rest for me
Correct.
looks very different. And we can get into that like maybe in a different episode. But like rest with somebody that has more of the hyperactive side of ADHD just looks very different. And so the idea
Mhm.
of being bored, it's just like there's
Yeah.
so many things that I like to do that or I think I need to do or want to do
Mhm.
that I just can't think of a time when I've been bored.
I think I think the reason this came up for me recently was, like, things have shifted in my work schedule, and I end up with a lot more time on my hands now than I have in the last 5 years, and I run 2 businesses, and I also do a bunch of other things, as you know, and so, like, sitting down and not having anything to have to do or feel like I need to do is, like is very weird because I'm the same way, like, I don't necessarily rest in the traditional sense, and the idea of that, like, watching my husband just lay on the couch, like, makes my body cringe because I'm like, "How are you not bored out of your mind? How are you not jumping off the couch wanting to go do everything?" And then I have the other end of that where it's like, if I do try to do the things that I want, like, if I get the urge to color or start a painting project or something, I don't wanna do it. It's not hitting right. And then I'm back to
Uh,
boredom, and I don't like it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good addition. I just like I said, I can't remember a time when I've been bored recently.
Yeah. It was I mean, we spent Thanksgiving just the 2 of us here, and I cooked an entire meal because I knew that I didn't wanna be bored. But then I was, like,
Uh,
still bored, and I, like, cried because I was like, "I don't like this. I don't like sitting here. I don't know what to do." So I went on a run because I was trying to maintain boundaries with work. I was trying to not work on a holiday. I was trying to not work on a day that I wanted to be restful, and it was way too hard.
That's funny because now that you brought that specific example up, we had the whole holiday weekend, right? And
Mhm.
the whole week leading up to it, I was like, well, what are we going to do all weekend? Because like Thanksgiving's on a Thursday and then we have 3 days and you don't really want to go out. Well, correction. I don't really want to go out shopping. There's a lot of places that are closed, other places that are open, could be like ridiculously busy. And so I like ahead of time planned all these things to do all weekend because I didn't want to be doing nothing or have no plan
Yes.
or anything.
Yeah.
So that's actually probably how I avoided the exact situation you are now
Mhm.
describing.
Yeah, we cope with them differently, right? Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
might pre-plan in order to avoid that ick coming in.
right. Mine are really oddly specific. Hair can be a really big ick
Mm.
for me, like
Okay.
an overstimulation thing. So if you see me basically anytime after 1-ish, my hair is probably up and it will be up for the remainder of the day because I can't handle it down anymore.
Mhm.
So that's one piece of the overstimulation of hair. The other piece that drives me bonkers is like the feeling of a loose hair somewhere.
Oh, I can feel that right now, and I don't wanna feel that.
Yeah. Or this is like I've also had to like stop myself. You know when you like see you're waiting a line or something or even like somebody that you know and they have like a loose hair on their shirt. I'm like, let me just
Yeah.
let me just help you. Let me just help you. Because it's one of those instances where it's like, I bet you don't feel this and you don't see it, but I bet you'll feel so much better if you have it off of you because I know I feel so much better when it's off of me.
Yeah, that one's the hair throughout the day is a big one. You know,
Yeah.
I made the choice to have a ponytail for my wedding because I knew that was gonna happen. Like, I knew that if I had my hair, like,
Uh,
with wispies or whatever, that I was gonna go nuts. So I was like, "Pull it back." Just, like, do it fancy, pull it back. Like, mm-mm.
yeah, that's fair. It's also funny too because there's a lot of things for my hair being up that like I don't like my hair up in a ponytail because I can feel the
Mhm.
like movement of the
Mm,
pony. I don't like that. So it's like it's in a bun.
yeah. It is in a bun, isn't it, in the afternoon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. I could get behind that.
So mine's hair. Okay. You
Okay.
go.
My other one, and this is the one that I'm kinda jumping around my list. This is the one that I wrote before I wrote, maybe this is where I confirm I'm autistic. Lotion. I
Oh, I did know this about you. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
I hate the feeling of lotion. I, like, ca and it drives my husband crazy because he loves lotion. Like, I cannot handle it. Like, I have to have very specific types of lotion. It has to be either, like, really thick and, like, not watery. It has to soak into my skin super quickly. Like, it can't be oily, it can't be sticky. So it's really hard for me to have not dry skin. And, like, even, like, if I go get a manicure and, like, they do, like, lotion at the
Oh,
end and they just don't rub it in, I, like, instantly have to go wash my hands. Like, "Get that off of my hands, that is disgusting." No.
yeah. Yeah, okay, that's fair. One of my icks that I wrote down that's a little bit related to that
Yeah.
is well, actually, I'll get to how it's related. The first topic and there's subpoints. First topic is cooking.
What part?
Every part of it, the, like, planning of it, the prepping for it, the getting the things, the inevitably forgetting one of the things or trying a new recipe, or for
Mhm.
me too, often it's, like, the timing of everything to
Yeah.
come out at the same time, or it's the making 2 different dinners, the one for my child and the one for my husband and I. So
Mhm.
there's so many aspects of cooking that I literally wish I could, like, wring out and throw into a fire.
Mhm.
But specifically that's, like, very ADHD that I like is how many times I will just, like, wash my, like, fingertips
Mhm.
because I can't like, after, like, every single little part of cooking, I have to, like, wash
Mhm.
and it's not even with soap necessarily, it's just water,
Yep.
And I've literally had to start trying to implement this practice of like designating a towel, like a specific towel to use to dry my hands when I'm cooking. So
Mm,
I'm not using the towel that you use to dry clean, washed hands.
yeah,
But yeah, I like get it off my hand. Like, I don't even know what it is
yeah,
half the time. It's just like
yeah,
metaphorical goo on my hands and it has to be off.
yeah,
Yeah.
constantly. And then related to lotion, it makes the tips of your fingers dry and cracky. And then I need to find lotion, and then I hate it's a bad cycle. It's a bad cycle.
Yeah. So what lotion do you use?
This one, I don't know if you can even see it.
Oh, there you go.
I keep it on my desk. It's the, like, EOS Evolution, whatever that one is. It's like a shea butter one, and it soaks into my skin pretty instantly. I actually keep it in my desk because the only time I can remember to put lotion is, like, during a client session. Wow,
You
I'm
could have
really
saved
close.
yourself. You could have saved yourself and said before a session, and you were just like during.
Well, sometimes it prevents me from picking at my skin while I'm
Uh,
talking, so I'll just, like, put a little bit on, like I'm doing it right now, like, put a little bit on my hands and, like, rub it in, and then I, like, keep like so it's almost like a fidget for me, and that's kinda what keeps me consistent with actually using lotion, but I have, like, an Aveeno one that I like too that's nice, but they're all kind of, like, oat shea buttery, like, ingredients. So I don't know if that makes the difference, but
uh,
somebody was like, "Try to," because I don't like putting lotion on my legs before putting pants on, and
God,
then
no.
if
God,
I'm wearing
no.
right? And then if I'm wearing shorts, my dog licks my legs. So it's like bad situation all around. And somebody was like,
Yeah.
"Well, put it on before you climb into bed." And I was like, "That's worse than pants."
We're just hitting like every cardinal sin.
I'm like, "There's no winning." Like, I know that I need lotion, but I've actually started doing like I found a body oil that I put on in the shower, and that is actually really helpful. It's more like a liquid, so it's just like a liquid. It's not super oily, but I'll like put it on my legs immediately after I shower when there's still water on me, and then I'll dry myself, and that has helped a ton. So,
Wow. See, the things we have to mentally jump through just to
yes.
have soft skin. Yeah, that's fair.
Yes.
That's very fair. Okay, so also related to this is I usually have a hairband on my wrist almost like
Yeah.
all the time because again, my hair has to be up. And when it gets wet from like washing my hands or washing the tips of my fingers,
How about just water down your sleeve? Like running down your arms.
my thighs just started tingling in like the worst way.
Can we move on? Oh, I'm sweating.
Okay, maybe this was not a good topic to do a podcast on. We're just gonna like mutually trigger each other.
Oh
Okay, I'm
my
gonna change this
gosh.
topic. Okay,
Yeah.
drinking lukewarm water.
Oh my what is this where we find all of the things that we are the same at?
Okay, it doesn't even have to have ice in it. It doesn't need to be like ice cold. Now, you
No.
have to have ice with any type of soda. You have to. There is no way to drink soda without ice.
Yeah.
Just I'm sorry, that's just a law. But
Yeah.
if you give me lukewarm water to drink, might as well just throw it in my face instead. Because I will not be drinking that. Thank you.
Yeah. Uh-uh. Nope. It
Yeah.
tastes different.
It does.
Yeah. It
Yes.
100% tastes different. This might be controversial for some people. Water tastes different per the temperature.
I yes, it's law. I
So,
completely agree with you.
oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Oh my
All
goodness.
right. Hit me with
Okay.
another.
My other one is I guess I don't know how to specify it as an ick, but, like, forgetting things when I leave the house. And this is, like, something that happens all the time. Like, if I walk out of the house, I, like, forget my water bottle, so I have to go back in. And then I go out to the car, and then I'm like, "Oh, I forgot my wallet," so I have to go back in. Or I, like, go back out to the car, and then I'm like, "Oh, I didn't lock the door. Oh, did I lock the door? Wait, am I sure I locked the door?" And I go back to check the door, like, 4 times. Luckily, now I have an app that tells me if my door is locked, which if you're an ADHDer and you have that issue, get an app that tells you if your door's locked.
See, that's why we have those on our doors where it's like a code, but it will automatically lock after a minute,
Ugh.
so you never have to worry about it.
These little executive functioning, like, tools with modern day technology are so helpful. Is And I get so frustrated with myself when it happens too, where I'm like, especially on the way to the gym where I'm on a schedule and I walk out, I'm like, "Oh, I forgot my water bottle. Okay. Oh, now I forgot my headphones." Like, this happens constantly to me. And I'm like, have I just created this as a habit? I don't know, but it happens all the time.
That's rough. Yeah, I don't have that with, like, leaving the house, but I have that anytime I go and get groceries.
Okay. What do you mean?
Like,
Like, you
I'll
forget
go in
groceries?
with yeah, like, things that I need, right?
Oh,
Like, I'll make a
yeah,
list
yeah,
of, like,
yeah.
dinners for the week, and I'll be like, "Okay, then I need these things," or whatever. And I'll,
Yeah.
like, take a picture of it, and literally just by taking a picture of it, it means I actually remember it when I go to the grocery store. I won't even, like, reference a picture, of it. Like, "Oh, it's these meals." I'll be like, "Okay,
Mm,
we need these ingredients for these meals, cool, whatever."
mhm.
And I always forget something, and it's always when it's like I get home, I get all of the bags out on the counter, and I'm like, "Fuck, we missed cream cheese." And it's like
I feel
and
like
it's like I even, like, remembered that meal. I'm like, "Got all the
yeah,
other things," but it's always one item, like, no matter
yeah.
what I do.
I
It's
feel like it's
so
usually
frustrating.
dairy.
I actually never thought about, like, the classification of item. It's usually a
Mine
small item, like,
yeah,
physically small, but other than
yeah.
that, I don't know if there's a, like,
I think I
dairy connotation to it.
I think I consistently forget dairy items.
That's so interesting.
Yeah,
Hmm. We could psychoanalyze that one episode if you want.
I know. Because now I'm thinking, like, is that because of the way that the grocery store is laid out?
I mean, the dairy products are usually, like, very split up, and it's super confusing.
Yeah. Oh my g our, like, Fred Meyer equivalent or Kroger equivalent is, like, there's milk all the way in this corner, and then they have a whole aisle of, like, yogurt, and then cheese is on the other side. I'm like, "Why?"
Yeah, and then they put sour cream and cream cheese and cottage cheese and fancy cheese and, like, in all these
Mhm.
weird places, and you're like, "What?
Yeah,
Why? Just
yeah.
put all the moo cow together." I don't understand.
Yes. Put the lactose and the lactose equivalents all together.
It can even be with the beef in the meat section. I don't give a shit. Just put it all
Still
together.
cow.
That's what I'm saying. Put the moo cow together.
You know, this is where neurodivergent people need to, like, start running the world.
Or just do grocery store layout. I'll just settle at that.
Yeah.
Because there are like, very realistically, there are so many
Yeah.
neurodivergent people that struggle in the grocery store for a
Yes.
very large variety of reasons. Because there's
Yes.
so many things involved, right? It's like the taking the time to go, the parking, the how busy it is, it's the meal planning, the prepping, the list
Mhm.
making, the making sure you got all the items. Like every part of
Yep.
it can be really challenging or like present barriers, right? So
Mhm.
just let us design the layout of the store. By God, please.
Yeah. I I could go down a whole rabbit hole about grocery stores and neurodivergence, and I don't know if I ever told you this. The Walmart here, and I don't know if it's all Walmarts, now has, like, a sensory-friendly time that you can go shopping. Take a wild guess
Oh.
at what time of day you think the sensory-friendly time is.
Well, they're probably dumb and set it at like first thing in the morning or something.
Yeah, 7 to 8:30 AM. Yeah, and it's like that's
7:30.
yeah, that's when the senior shopping is too. So, like, the bus with the seniors from the senior home go shopping. So it's like, "Oh, you're just putting neurodivergent people in with seniors now." Like, I tried filming a TikTok on this, and I couldn't get it across because I was getting so worked up.
But okay, first off, like just so everyone who might not know can be on the same page with us, people that are neurodivergent have legitimately different REM cycles.
Yep.
So their sleep patterns are generally different, which means they're either like more night owl, and that's normally what it is. They're more like night owl and they
Mhm.
like to sleep in.
Yeah.
So having a sensory friendly at 7 in the morning is actually certifiable. And then to
Mhm.
share it with people that are older, which is like that the sharing of the time is fine. Older people, fine. But if the point is to be like more sensory friendly,
Mm.
getting held up behind slow people is a nightmare because that
Mhm.
is literally one of the things on my list is like when I am trying to get someplace and I get behind the first person that's like never ordered coffee before in Seattle, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I literally had this on my list too.
Like, I love y'all, but like this is not the day and time for you. You need
Yeah.
to step back and like learn, okay? And I will go forward and I will do the checkout or like whatever it is, right? But yes, I like the idea. Execution,
Yes.
absolutely terrible.
Yeah. Totally. I saw the sign and I was like, "That's really great. Like, I love this."
Yeah.
And then I saw the fine print and I was like, "Fuck you guys." I literally took a picture of it and I was like, "I'm gonna rant about this somewhere. Somewhere's gonna get a mouthful." But yeah, like,
Oh my gosh.
slow things is definitely like you said, waiting in line or being stuck behind someone that's really slow, like somebody that's driving very slow in the fast lane. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, and I've tried to think about like what is the most frustrating part of that.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna go out there. I'm just gonna say it. I
'Kay.
think the most frustrating piece about it is that for on like some base level, like obviously we can't tell exact context, but like appearance wise, that person that's going really slow has absolutely no insight or awareness to what's happening around them, and that they're like
Mhm.
their behavior or choices are affecting other people,
Yeah.
and that really fucking irritates me
Yeah.
because I feel like very not always, right? Like, let's add a caveat on it, but like I feel very aware of what's happening
Mhm.
around me. And if I'm like in somebody's way, or if I'm taking a long time, or I don't know. I
Yeah.
feel that. I feel that like social pressure. And
Mhm.
so when people are going really slow or waiting in line or like just completely oblivious to the world around them,
Yeah.
I'm like, can I be your trauma to like get it together? Because I cannot with this. Like,
Yeah.
I don't, it's so counter to how I operate that I don't understand it. But I think to
Oh,
me, that's the most frustrating part.
I mean, I think, to reframe that too, like, I think that that hyper awareness or that, like, what is that, intrapersonal or whatever that awareness level is a strength of neurodivergent people. I think it is such a stereotype for people to say, like, neurodivergent people aren't socially aware. No, we are too
No, we're
socially
like,
aware.
yeah,
Like,
we're like hyper aware. Yeah.
hyper aware. And this goes for autistic folk. This goes for ADHDers. This goes for PTSDers. Like all of the neurodivergent umbrella, like we're so
Yeah.
hyper aware. Like, ugh, I just gave myself goosebumps thinking about being hyper aware.
Maybe we should title this episode Goosebumps.
Goosebumps? Question
Goosebumps? Question mark?
mark? Yes, I love it.
One of the other things on my list, and it's also kind of funny that I'm wearing a sweatshirt today.
Uh-huh.
Also, heads up, the reason why I'm wearing this sweatshirt is it's like my favorite comfy go-to thing to wear. But one of the things on my ick list is, generally speaking, long sleeves.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
like jackets because they feel like they're looser and they feel comfortable.
I was just gonna ask, does the sleeve type make a difference?
Yes, yes, it does. Like if it's more of like a fit, if it's just like a long sleeve shirt, right? Like that would probably be okay because it's like looser and the material looks nicer. But
Yeah.
generally speaking, I just don't wear long sleeves at all. Like that's why I have a lot of jackets and sweatshirts because
Hmm.
they're puffier, they're not as fitted, they're
Yeah.
comfortable, and also like I'm cold if I wear t-shirts all of the time. But yeah, long
Yeah.
sleeves are no go for me. Or like just sweaters in general also.
Hmm.
I can't do
Yeah.
sweaters.
I'm I'm pretty picky about that type of thing, like, it has to, like, feel right. Like, and there's not really a perfect example, but it has to,
Right.
like, be looser, I can't feel constricted or, like, tight. Like, when I first started going skiing, we were like, "Okay, we gotta get base layers," and I could not handle them because I felt so, like, tight. So, I legitimately wear, like, a sweatshirt as a base layer and then my, like, ski jacket on top of it, and, like, that's my layer, and people look at me a little funny for that, but I'm like, "But I can't allow myself that, like, tightness and, like, ugh."
Yeah. I mean, also goes for me in the same with t-shirts. Like if something's like
Mm,
too tight, specifically, I don't know what it is about my armpits. If it's too tight in the armpit,
yes.
what? Like It's like a
Yes.
no-go zone. I don't know what it is about the armpit, but if it's, like, too tight in the armpit, but the sleeves are no, automatic no. T-shirt,
Yeah.
long sleeve, doesn't matter. Like, it
This
can't
is
be
why you
touching
and
the
I
pits.
this is why you and I basically have all of the exact same T-shirts.
That is true. Also, funny enough, this weekend I've been missing wearing those tank tops. Okay, so this is the t-shirt that Andre and I have the most in common. Is this like razorback tank top that's ribbed and it's not cropped, but it is a little bit shorter than
Yeah.
like the typical length shirt or
Yeah.
tank top. And I think I have 8 different colors of the same
Mhm.
style. I love that tank top so much. I
Yeah.
literally
Same.
broke it out over the weekend because I missed wearing them and just put on more layers because I just like how they feel.
Yeah. Yeah, I did the same thing. We went out
I had to
to
laugh.
dinner, like, last week, and I put one on and then just put, like, a loose flannel on top that I had. Like, it was so nice.
I know. Ugh, tank tops. Who knew?
I
Now,
know.
to my credit, I think I've thrifted 2 of them. Like, I bought, like, a few, and then I was like, "Okay, I need to, like, cut myself off." Like, I literally have the same style and all these colors.
Right.
And then the last couple times I'd gone to Goodwill, I found, like, the exact same kind and the
Jackpot.
size, and I was like, I have to, it's a sign, so that I have a lot more because I've actually, like,
Wow.
found them at the thrift.
That's a jackpot find, especially when it's
Oh, I
something that you
know.
know you already like, grab it.
Yeah, that's also, like, on a side note, kind of my hot tip for if you do go thrifting and you're looking for something kind of more challenging to find, like pants, is,
Mhm.
like, when you're going through jeans or something at the thrift, like, look for brands that you have tried on before and generally know their sizes instead of just, like,
Yeah.
looking at every single pair of jeans because that's impossible and a nightmare.
Yeah. And, you can get in your head and sizing is never the same
And yeah,
and
yeah.
all the things.
Yes. Alright, lay another ick on me.
One I guess one of the other ones that I don't necessarily know if it's along the lines, it's kinda similar to my forgetfulness one, is when I go on a trip, I have to make sure at least once a day that I remembered my keys.
Keys to the place that you're staying?
No, to home. And I have to make sure I usually keep everything that's important in, like, a little toiletry bag and then, like, store it somewhere, but I always have to zip it and be like, "Okay, my keys are in there," and then zip and put it away, like, every single day. And I think it's like a object permanence thing, which is really hard for me, and I think
Mhm.
that's one of my, like, icks in a way, is that if I don't see it, I don't know if it's there. I don't know where it is. I don't know what it like, so I have to make sure that I'm like, "Oh, that object is still there," and I have to remind myself of that constantly. I can't just trust that it's there. Maybe that's trauma,
Yeah. Maybe it's Maybelline.
you know?
That cued my brain. I don't think it's necessarily a neurodivergent thing because I've seen this a lot on social media before and it always makes you laugh. And it's like, have you seen that trend of how it'll be, I don't know, the video that's coming to my mind that I've seen is it's a girls' trip and it was a like weekend trip. So it was 3 or 4 days or something. And then they ask each girl, like, how many pairs of underwear did you pack?
Yes. I'm always gonna shit myself, like, 4 times on a trip.
So
Always.
that's what cued in my brain of like how I like always pack way more clothes than I need. And I
Yep.
like don't know where that comes from. I don't know if that's a neurodivergent thing or not because like I said, I've seen it just like more anecdotally, like in the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
But that's what it made me think of like
Yeah.
how I overpack every time.
I mean, I think
Why?
for me too, it's also like an object permanence thing where if I, like, only pack what I need, then, like, I don't know if that's gonna be enough. So I have to make sure that there is enough. So in my brain, I'm like, "Oh, I have 10 pairs of underwear. It's gonna be okay."
So if shit hits the fan, it'll be
Yeah.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. That's so funny. That's so funny.
And then if the person I'm with shits themselves and they don't have enough, I've got extra. No. Nope. No. I take that back. I take that one back.
Yeah, you just created a whole new ick that you Okay, so this is a really specific ick and doesn't come up very often for me. You're talking to somebody and they're searching for a word, and then you offer up what you think the word is. And they're like,
Mhm.
no, that's not what I was thinking. And then you just have to wait. And then the word that they come up with is basically, it's not the word you said, but it's basically the same thing. And you're like, I waited for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, don't like that.
Mhm.
Mm-mm-mm. Really bugs me. But generally, if people talk super slow or like take a lot of time to search for words,
That's funny because, like, one of the ones that's on my list is, like, finishing other people's sentences. Like, I do it a lot, and I feel like I shouldn't. So I think it's more of, like, not necessarily an ick, but, like, am I like, it's like a shame thing. Like, like, when I'm talking to someone and they're saying something and I wanna, like, finish their sentence, and it's usually because they're talking really slow or they're, like, telling a story at a really slow pace, and I wanna be like, "So you did that thing," or whatever, and, like, finish their story or, like, I don't know. I don't know why I do it, but I do it, and it bugs the crap out of me. Just tell the story faster if you don't want me to finish your sentence.
I do that when somebody starts telling me a story they've already told me. That's another ick of mine.
Mhm.
I don't know why this is. I take it as such an insult to like who I am as a person. When somebody
Yeah.
tells me a story that they've already told me, and I'm like, do you honestly think I don't remember?
Have we
It feels
talked
like,
about this before?
I mean, maybe, I don't know, but it literally feels like somebody's declaring war on me and my
Yes.
family. And it's like, you need to take a second. I remember.
Mhm.
So you need to stop.
Uh,
That's when I'll cut people off. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, yep, and then this and this and this. Yeah, mhm, yeah, I remember that. Mhm, yeah." 'Cause
mhm.
I cannot handle hearing a story again. I cannot.
Yeah.
It drives me bonkers,
Yeah.
bonkers. But something about it feels like a very intense personal attack whenever that happens.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's almost like a, "Do you not trust that I listen?" feeling sometimes, or like a, "Do you not think that I care enough to listen to that story that you're choosing to tell me again?" And I know that's not the case, like, in most situations, right? But, like, it
Yeah.
does feel that way.
Yeah, because 'cause I'd love to sit here and say, like, "Oh, I remember everything that people say to me," which, like,
Mhm.
generally, I would say that's true, but there's always, I mean, both of our working memories aren't that great, right?
Right. Right.
So, I do forget things. Generally speaking, if somebody's going to tell me a story, reference earlier to any other podcast how we talked about how we like the gossip and the tea. Like, if
Yeah.
somebody's gonna tell me a story, I'm gonna listen because I
Mhm.
wanna know. Like, I wanna know the tea.
Yes.
So don't be
Yes.
repeating stories around me. You'll just push me off a cliff.
I guess this is, like, what makes us good therapists is that we do listen to these things and we are, like, we do remember these stories because that's something that comes up with my clients all the time is, like, "How did you remember that story?" Or they'll, like, start saying something, be like, "Yeah, we talked about that 3 weeks ago," and they're like, "How we did?" I'm like, "Yeah, and then this happened, and then this happened." They're like, but I know with my neurodivergent clients in particular, that almost, like, clicks for them when that happens, where I like, if I remember something from their stories or remember a story that
Ugh.
they didn't think that they told me, it's almost like, I can now trust you. I can now tell you things and you're gonna remember and I can trust that you're gonna remember. So there's almost like this, it gets deeper for people, but yeah, I don't know, that's a tangent.
Yeah, I sometimes I struggle with names. I don't know what it is about
Hmm.
names, but they just go in and out of my brain. It's like probably one of my icks that I have about myself is that if I meet somebody new and they're like, "Oh, hi, I'm Brian." I'll remember everything else you tell me. I will remember when I met you, day, time, like I'll remember everything else, but probably not your name. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Interesting.
Names just really elusive. But I
Huh.
really try with clients to remember names, but it's especially hard for me in those contexts because I don't have a face to the name of these
Mhm.
people that they're talking about. So it's harder for me. But I
Yeah.
really try because that is another way that like if I can be like, oh yeah, like, oh yeah, your daughter this, da 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 da. So instead of being like, oh your daughter, oh when your daughter does this, I can use their name instead. I really think that like adds some confidence and builds rapport. But I
Mhm.
really have to work at it. Names. I'm so bad with names.
Interesting. I guess
Yeah.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, it's bad. Again, I can remember everything else that somebody
Yeah.
says.
Huh. I'm really good
Name,
at names.
terrible.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I can.
I'm also terrible about dates. I'm really bad about dates. That's
Oh, yeah,
another ick I
same.
have about myself.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can
that
never,
too.
I mean, I I'm not okay. Confession.
Woohoo!
This is so embarrassing. Okay.
Oh, no.
I have a best friend. We've been best friends for decades.
Mhm.
I am only 85% sure what her birthday is.
You're not alone, Olivia. I'm only, like, 85% sure what your birthday is.
I I could tell you when yours generally is. It's between Christmas and New Year's, and it starts with obviously a 2. My best friend's birthday, beginning of October. I think it's the 3rd. I'm terrible with dates.
No, yeah.
Like, I
Especially
also full
birthdays.
disclosure, I just recently was able, probably within the last 2 years, confidently say when my mom's birthday is.
Really?
Terrible. Terrible with dates. Exact dates, terrible. General
Interesting.
times, nailed it. Exact dates, terrible. It just doesn't I don't know what it is. It's
Is
something about the number, I don't
I was
know.
gonna say, is it numbers?
Yeah, because they all kinda, like, sound and or look the same, or they sound
Yeah,
right. I think that's the other
yeah,
thing. You'll be like, "Oh, is it September 10th or is it September 12th?" And my
yeah,
brain immediately is like, "I don't know which one's right."
yeah. I mean, numbers are I mean, if I have to add to my list here, numbers are something that is an ick for me, just, like, generally. Like, money numbers, date numbers, time numbers, I always, like so my husband talks in, I guess it's, like, military time. I don't know what the other
Oh,
term is.
shoot me.
Yeah, and, like, that's just what aviation uses. Like, and I get it. I understand why, but, like, I can't comprehend that. I can't at all. If he's like 19 o'clock, I'm like, "Night 9 p.m.?" Like, I have no idea. That's not right. That's not right.
No, I know.
I'm like,
I know.
um, but, like, just numbers, and I think you and I have talked about this on multiple occasions with business stuff where we're like, "These numbers are so many numbers," like
They all start blurring together. It's kind of funny. I do have a love-hate relationship with numbers, which is that,
Mhm,
like, because this is the part of something that we both really like that clicks for me with numbers. We both like coming up with a process for things or
yeah,
understanding something or making something work better. Like we both really love those things and we're both skilled at those things, like very
mhm,
skilled at those things. So when it comes to numbers, there are some things that I do really like doing because it makes sense to me and I can make a system and make the system work.
mhm,
Love that. Also, like, I did pre-calc voluntarily in high school because some of it, like, actually made sense to my brain, and I liked it, and it was interesting and cool. But there was
right,
an element of math that I was like, "My brain is literally just, like,
mhm,
not like, there's no neurons
yeah,
firing together. They're all just, like, fireworking everywhere in my brain. Like, it's
yeah,
not gonna." Yeah.
yeah,
But specifically, when we talk about numbers, dates, I am god awful at dates.
that's so interesting. Huh,
Absolutely terrible. Yeah,
I
it's
have
really
one
bad.
last one. I have one last ADHD ick,
I have one
and
last one as well.
okay, cool. So, it's a sensory one, and it's, like, multiple sounds happening at once. Like, and we're back at the grocery store. Grocery store is probably the worst place of this, where I'm, like, hearing children, I'm hearing music, I'm hearing, like, beeping, I'm, like, the veggie washer thing, like, all those sounds are so overwhelming, and, like, restaurants
Mm.
can sometimes be hard to go to, but, like, concerts, great. Like, I can focus in on that music, I love that, but, like, multiple sounds happening at once are very hard. Like, I even have a hard time with it with clients, like, if something in their background is beeping or if their car drove by, like, I have to really be like, "Okay, refocus in." And my
Mhm.
husband's really good at picking up music in the grocery store or at a restaurant, and I can't at all. I just hear, like, all the sounds are just everywhere all the time.
Yeah. It reminds me of this time when my daughter, she was like 1.5-ish, 2. She's more the sensory seeky type kiddo. And there was this phase, and I thought this was probably one of the harder parenting phases, at least for me, is she would always want music on. Fine, whatever, music would be on. Then she would have the robot vacuum on. She wanted the robot vacuum going while the music was on.
Whoa.
And then she would be playing and making noise and all that because she's a kid.
Yeah.
and then the dogs would bark.
No. Oh, no.
And I was like, "I can't handle this. I can't handle this."
2
But
layers too much.
yeah, but she legitimately loved this robot vacuum.
Felt
Like,
good.
always
Mhm.
wanted it on, and I really like, I tried to accommodate that for about as long as I could, but yeah, there were these times where I was like, "I am gonna lose my mind."
Yeah.
So it feels very similar to what you're describing.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, my last ick, again, random, socially related. If I have to explain my joke to you, if I have to explain my joke, you have killed it so dead that any context that I could give means so little to me at this point that it's not even worth going into.
I could just, like, see this interaction happening for you in my head, and that's what's making me laugh.
How's it
It's
playing
just
out? Just clue me into how it's playing out for you.
I could just, like you telling a joke and somebody doesn't I could just see your face just like I can't even do your face, but, like, it's just you make a very specific face. Hopefully, all of you guys are watching this because it's like you have this face where if somebody doesn't hear you or, like, understand you, that it's just, like, it's not quite daggers, but it's, like,
It's close. Yeah.
close. I've seen it before, not directed at me, but I've seen it before.
I take humor very seriously, and my humor can
Yeah.
it has a range, right? It can be really dry, it can be really dark, it can be really like it's quite a range. And I will resort to joke making all the time. Like I use humor all the time in every area of my life. I even use it with clients in therapy. Yes, I think there is a place for that. Most
100%.
therapists wouldn't necessarily do that, but I use humor all of the time. Like I'm always one to make a joke. So if you don't get it, and I think the joke is easy to understand, then I just automatically don't get you. It's like if you don't get the joke, then I don't get how you don't get it in life generally. Like it's just
Right.
an immediate like ick. Nope. Okay,
Yep.
well, jokes are done for you. No more humor. Got it. Message received.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm just not good at telling jokes. Like, I forget the tagline or the punchline all the time.
Well, I think your humor is that you're more unintentionally funny. Like, the jokes that you make are more just you living, right? Or just making offhanded
Fair.
comments. I don't think it's you're purposefully trying to make a joke or be funny. Whereas, like, I purposefully am making jokes.
Yes. I love it. That's too funny.
Any rabbit trails today?
You know what? I don't think so. I mean, we have the holiday coming up, so there's just, like, lots that my brain is headed to with Christmas coming up, but nothing that's, like, standing out. What about you?
Well, I have a little bit of a actually two different hyper focus things that are
Okay.
happening right now in my house.
Yeah.
One is I'm like rage organizing cleaning because I'm anticipating all the extra things my child is going to get and how we don't have
Yep.
room for any of those things. And so I am like just tearing things apart and no, this we're giving this away and this is too small and this and like just reorganizing the bejesus out of everything.
Mhm.
So that's one hyper focus. The other hyper focus, which I'm very excited about, is there's this little tradition that my mom did during the holidays growing up that I started to do myself last year, which is to like bake a lot of different items and make like boxes for your neighbors and then deliver
Mm.
these like boxes of all these different treats and stuff. So I
Yeah.
did this last year and I made boxes. And so now this year I'm going to make them again, but I'm having fun like planning all the different items I'm going to bake and put in there because I want them, of course, because I can't do it the same. All of the items have to be different this year than last year.
Right. Right. This is why you don't experience boredom.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I get it because like, I'm the same, just different flavor.
So I'm going to read to you the list I have so far. It's not like a ton of things,
I'm so excited.
but I'm very excited about them. Okay. I'm going to make white chocolate bark with pistachios, pretzels, and cranberries. I know.
Okay.
I'm going to make Muddy Buddies. Okay, now, to be fair, I did make Muddy Buddies last year, but Muddy Buddies is a classic.
Yeah, it's
Classic.
kind of a go-to.
And if all y'all out there call it puppy chow,
Nope,
you need to go climb a tree because it's not
Muddy
puppy
Buddy.
chow, it's a Muddy Buddy.
It's a
Okay,
Muddy
thank
Buddy.
you. Moving on. Butterscotch toffee shortbread cookies.
Okay. Are you gonna mail me a box?
If it would arrive in any semblance of
I can eat
cohesion,
crumbs.
maybe.
I'll eat with a spoon.
A cranberry orange cake.
Hold on. A full-blown cake?
Well, I'm gonna like cut it up, so it's not gonna
Okay.
get. Yeah, yeah. It's not gonna be like a cake for like every. Whoa, whoa! I am not at that level of production.
Okay, like a
I
chunk.
wish, but I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, like a couple like of chunks. Yeah,
Okay.
and then the last thing on my list is peanut butter blossom cookies. Do you know what those are?
No, but whatever that is sounds magical.
So they're, I'm sure you've seen them. They're like the peanut butter cookies, they get rolled in sugar, and then right when they come out of the oven, you put a Hershey's Kiss in the
Oh,
middle.
yeah, yeah. I didn't know
Yeah.
that's what they were called.
Yeah. Well, I think it's one of those ones where there's different names out there for them.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah. And then I've also been debating on a sixth item, but I haven't decided if I'm going to do it yet. Because I was going to get like chocolate dipped marshmallows and then like put a bunch
Oh,
of different like holiday sprinkles on them. But that's
yum.
really like very try hardy. So I don't know. But I'm very excited about that. I'm very hyper
Yeah,
focused on my boxes.
I like that. Well, now you're giving me ideas for the next time I'm potentially bored.
Yeah, yeah, when I'm bored, it's like I pick up a video game, I do some coloring, I pick something I'm gonna bake,
Yeah,
or I clean.
yeah.
I clean. Yeah,
I
I
have
clean a
I
lot.
have been I have been really hyper fixated actually. It's reminding me on Donkey Kong recently. I don't know why. We just bought the new Donkey Kong not long ago and my husband hasn't played it, so I picked it up. It is so cathartic. Like this is almost it's like semi-open world and you just can smash everything. And everything you smash gives you like little coins, everything. You can smash all the way down to like the bottom of the earth thing that they're like, oh, whatever energy I have in my body gets like because of Donkey Kong just everywhere.
I love that for you. It kinda sounds like, have you ever played a Lego game before?
Yeah, I said that to my husband. I was like, this feels like the Lego games.
Yeah, because like when you can destroy all these things, you get like all of these
Yes.
coins, and it like
Oh.
it's very satisfying the way they animated the
Mhm.
coins, and it like
Mhm.
zoops up, and then you get your little like coin counter at the top, and you're like,
Yes. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there's, like, some overlap in creators or designers for the games because it's very, like the, like, gathering of the little coins is the same. Like, it's yeah,
mm.
it's
I
lovely.
love talk about like satisfying sounds. This is so nerdy of me. I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 6, and the
Uh-huh.
sound that they put in for when you get a headshot on somebody is so satisfying. There is something to be said for games that put in satisfying sounds for certain
Mhm.
things, but it's very specific, right? Like I could tell you, like, you could actually probably quiz me on different headshot sounds from different games, and I could tell you which game it's from because of how specific it is and
That's
like
so
how
funny.
specific it feels. But oh, that sound is so satisfying. It's like the
Oh my
coins
gosh.
or like
Yeah,
the stuff. You're like, oh, yes.
that's so funny. Maybe we'll have to do that in the future.
Yeah, do a little like
A little nerd
blind
quiz.
trivia type. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I love it.
My goodness. All
Oh my
right.
goodness.
Well,
Well,
we did it.
before we wrap up, we're gonna remind everyone we're probably gonna skip an episode for the holiday. So
Yeah.
after this one, you'll see us back in January in
Oh my
the new
goodness,
year.
2026. Oh, yay. And we can talk about how we don't have New Year's resolutions.
Oh my goodness. Can we add that to the ick list just generally?
Yes, we probably should just to get ahead of it for sure. Well, happy holidays to everyone and hope you guys
Yeah,
have safe travels and have as peaceful and restful and lovely a time as you can with family as possible.
for
And
sure.
we'll catch you all later. Bye,
Yes.
everyone.
Bye.
This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be considered legal, health, tax, or professional advice. Always consult a licensed professional for specific advice related to your situation.
And just a quick note to all you listeners. Yes, we're real therapists, but please remember this podcast isn't therapy. We're here to share ideas, have some laughs, and maybe make you think. Just maybe. But being a listener doesn't replace therapy. If you need mental health support, please see a licensed professional in your area. And if you're in crisis, call or text 988 in the US.